Hi, my name is Dr. Alex. I am an owner at Power Within Chiropractic, and my focus is pediatric neuro-based chiropractic. Please follow me on my social media so you can learn more about how to raise a healthy family in today's challenging and thoroughly stressful, toxic world. The following statistics I'm going to share with you are pretty concerning, and they pose a huge problem for little Sophia and perhaps Johnny that's sitting right next to you. 20% of school children are dyslexic. 1 in 6 will have developmental disability. 9.4% of children in 2016 were diagnosed with ADHD or ADD. This is a huge problem. So when I was 9 months old, I decided to skip crawling. My parents at the time didn't know any better, so the excuse was always Alex is drumming to her own beat, right? Dancing to her own drums, which I'm very happy to be dancing to my own drums, don't get me wrong. But as I'll share with you a little in a few seconds here, there is a dire consequence that I had to pay for as a result of missing a milestone that is instrumental in how I socialize and connect with other people. You know, it always bothered me that trip that most of my so-called friends or family would take during summers. I was never invited to that. So when I would ask them why not, they would tell me, but because we always understood you wanted to spend more time with your books. So that's me. I always drew more into books as opposed to building stronger relationships with people around me. So I believe that every child deserves to make the right connection with people around them and not miss that opportunity to connect, to discover how important that student sitting next to them is going to be in their life. What do we know about the brain? The brain is not fully developed at birth. It has to go through trajectories of proper development. That involves a specific trajectory, which means the brain has to develop from the bottom up, from back to front, from right to left. These developments are crucial, and they happen as a result of movement like crawling. So when that stage is skipped, it poses tremendous setbacks as one grows and as one becomes an adult. There are also factors like stressors that impact the development of the brain. The brain is very susceptible to stress. There are 3 forms of stress that we encounter. Little Sophie here and John that I mentioned that's sitting right next to you are encountering it on a daily basis. Those are chemical, emotional, and physical. He's already in the chair, looking at the screen, trying to digest all that information that he's being delivered as a result of school starting. But is he ready for that? Is she ready for that? Are we neurologically ready to receive and learn from our world? And that's the question here. So all the statistics I mentioned earlier, are they a clue as to how ready our children are to go into different stages of life based on the brain readiness? One body's response that is very apparent in a child's body, in their spine, as a result of them missing some developmental milestones is a presence of vertebral subluxation. This is just a fancy term for brain and the body not properly communicating. So how does that really happen? It happens as a result of an adaptation by the body to too much stress, that physical, emotional, and chemical stress that I mentioned earlier. So when we have altered information going into the brain, we have altered output coming out as a result. So that outcome really is a behavior that then is not desired. So, as one of my mentors tells me, behaviors are a window into the developing brain. There are no purposeless behaviors. So my intention is to understand why is a behavior happening through understanding how the brain develops into a whole brain processing, which allows the little ones to engage, connect, learn, and process their world in the whole brain capacity, as opposed to using some primitive tools like movement or tics, or constantly repeating similar words, or stuttering, or becoming or having an OCD. All those are behaviors of a person displaying stress and utilizing the tools to engage with their world as a result of where they are in their brain trajectory, what's available to them. So again, as a result of deviation from normal brain trajectory, we have increased statistics in number of dyslexia, in number of ADHD, ADD cases. We have a number of developmental problems being currently on a rise. And that all stems from how do we look at where the brain is and how do we fix it. In my office, we do that by making sure that the brain is always receiving proper information through a chiropractic adjustment so that the brain can properly calibrate itself, be ready to learn and grow so that we can push the filling gaps that are missing in a person's ability to engage their whole brain processing. I'm Dr. Alex, your trusted pediatric and prenatal chiropractor in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm looking forward to meeting you soon. And don't let your child become another statistics, because they are tools to enhance their expression of life. Thank you.